Hello, good day all. You are welcome to this flag of 2021 academic calendar for this innovative academy breeding young entrepreneurs, and it's also online kids business and entrepreneurship schools. I'm the program director of the school, so I'm going to give you overview and insight of what the program is all about. Before I start, I will just flag the names of the lead academic faculty of the Innovative Academy. The chairman of the academy is Engineer Rose Madake, who is a fellow in the Nigerian Society of Engineers. She is a skill acquisition advocate and quality engineer. The vice chairman of this academy is Engineer Felicia Gobata, PhD. She is a STEM stroke Dream Gap advocate and ICT engineer. So I am the program director, Engineer Sunday Ibiki, PhD, a serial entrepreneur and sustainability business engineer, and also a global accredited edge building expert and trainer by IFC, International Finance Corporation, a member of World Bank. What is the driving force behind this innovative academic? When we look behind the conventional schools, what we discover is they give priority on high academic grades. If you score A, you are their fans. If you score A plus, kudos to you. If you score D, you are an enemy to the teachers. So this is how the conventional schools have the program. Also, they follow and obey a particular culture and norms. You must do this. Failure to do this, you will be punished. You must follow a set of rules, norms, and cultures, which if you try to deviate from it, you will be punished. But in the world of business, entrepreneurs are rules breakers. They still follow old curriculums. The world is changing, everything is changing. But yet, if you go back, the old pattern of teaching, the old pattern of curriculum is what almost all the schools are still following. That is keeping the children behind their peers in the global competition. Their goal is to get a good grade and get a good job. That is the major aim of a lot of parents sending their children to school. Go and make first class, go and make second class upper, then you will get a job in ExxonMobil, you will get a job in Share. And those were the way we were also taught. And in my university time, we were pursuing academic grades to become the best students in class, to become the best person in the faculty, to become the best person in the whole university. But little did we know that academic grades are not really what makes a man after graduation. They don't teach children the essence of jobs, that there is no jobs. They are not teaching that. What they are teaching, make first class, go to the market, go and look for a job. But unfortunately, it's just like you giving a bucket to somebody to go and fetch water for you in a river. And get it there, the person discovered that the river is dried. That person will come back with an empty bucket. That is the situation we are facing in the world today. They choose career for their kids and force them to become that. Especially the parents, you must become a medical doctor. You must become an engineer. You must become a lawyer. You must become an accountant. They forget about the passions of the kids. They forget about the talent of the kid. Remember, the Bible says it is the a gift, the talent of a man that makes way for him. It's not the career, it's the gift inbuilt in a man that actually makes a way for that man. They are not sensitive to the dynamism of the world. The world is changing, everything is changing, but no, they are not aware of this dynamism. They are not aware of this change. They still follow the normal norms, the normal culture, the normal principle, and it's actually not helping the case of nowadays. They are making them to be stagnant in the global competition. The final output is unemployment and joblessness. You see a lot of students after graduation, they are roaming the street, there is no job for them, they are roaming the street, they don't have hope anymore. And the most frustrating aspect of it is that most of the parents train up their children up to master level. Even after the graduation, they still come back and be demanding money from their parents. It's very suicidal. It gives the parents hypertension, and most of them die early because the situation is frustrating. Who is to be blamed in this situation? Is it the case, or the parents, or the schools, or the society we find ourselves? Who is actually to be blamed? And who suffer at the end of the day? Those are the things we need to be considered. Those are the things we need to be checked. Those are the things we need to be looked after and see how we can reposition our children ahead of the future before them. Compare the conventional school with the new digital world. What are we facing today? Everything has turned into digital learning. Everything has turned into digital innovation. Everything has turned into digital creativities. Everything has turned into digital business, digital idea creation, digital marketing, digital entrepreneurship, and digital leaderships. Those are the things that are driving the world today. These are the things that are making impact in the world today. It's not normally I am a medical doctor. It's not normally I'm an engineer. It's not longer I am an architect. What type of medical doctor are you? What type of engineer are you? What type of an architect are you? Are you an enterprise architect? Are you an enterprise medical doctor? Are you an enterprise accountant? Who are you actually? If they take that certificate away from you, remember, ideas rule the world, not actually an academic grade. Idea rule the world. It's not actually the academic grade. When you graduate out of the university, what is left with you is education. So education is different from schooling. Schooling is you attending the normal school, get the grade, get the certificate, get everything. But what remain with you after the schooling is the education. And that is actually the gospel we are preaching. We should be able to create education in our children and not necessarily sending them to school or seeing some parents have an ego, they have proud when you see them sending their children to bigger schools, spending a lot of money to train them in the school. They feel that the more the money they spend in the school, the more they return. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Most of the investment return of our kids nowadays is negative return. One man in Share once told me, the man said, he sponsored one of his daughter to private school, right from nursery school, right from secondary school, right to university, all private. When the daughter graduated, she got a job of teaching 35,000 naira. The man said, how long will that girl accumulate only the money he spent on her during her nursery school? So the amount of money you spend on your children education is not directly proportional to the return you are expecting from them. But idea with it rule the world, not necessarily the academic grade. How then are your kids prepared? How then can we prepare these kids for the future ahead of us? Every day, I wish I was brought up in this format. I wish I could still go back to my younger life and start afresh again. I would have been able to disrupt the status quo of this world. I would have been able to create a lot of impact than what I'm actually doing. But it's never too late. We try to create the impact for our children. We try to train our children in that direction so that they can do more than us, so that they can create more impact, so that they will not create problem for us when at our old age. How are we preparing our kids for the future ahead? That is why we formed this Innovative Academy. Why other people are saying, what is the need of training these kids at this early age? Yes, the old slogan says, It is never too late to start, but we are positing that it is never too early to start. So we need early intervention to train them, to nurture them, to remold their life in the way they should go, so that at old age they can be able to create impact than what we are creating today. There is the status quo, they need to be disrupted. Critical thinking is now the order of the day. Idea generation is what is now rolling the world. Innovation is what is now driving the market force. The business mind people, when you combine your educational mind with business mind, you can thrive more than a ordinary person who just focus on academic grades. They need to be very enterprising. They need to acquire set of skills that can fetch them money even when they are in university, even when they are in secondary school, even when they are in primary school. We will see some of kids who make impact even at their very early age. Train up your kids in the way they should go, so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. The major gospel we are preaching is critical thinking. If you don't think, you will stink. That is what they say. If you fail to think, then you will stink. Thinking is what differentiates a poor man from a rich man. Thinking is what differentiates an impactful person than a person that is just watching the world moving, and he fold his hand akimbo and begin to see what is happening in the world. Are you able to look for a problem? Are you able to think? Are you able to give solutions? Pareto rule says that 20% of actually the knowledge or the skill we acquire in life is what we actually need to create 80% impact in life. If you can reflect your life history during your university period, what you are actually using today to survive in life is not up to 20% of the courses you did in the university. All the effort you have put in place in your life since you were born, the one you are actually using to make a living today is not up to 20% of everything. So that 20% aspect of that knowledge, that 20% aspect of that skill, that 20% aspect of that career is what we are looking for. Is what we want to train your case on. When we give them that 20%, they will be able to make impactful life and get 80% success. That 80%, the 80% is what the academics, normal conventional school is teaching them. But we are only just begging, let us give them only 20% of it. And that 20% will be able to give them 80% success in their life. And the 20%, the 80%, which is the conventional school, are giving to our kids, is what is now giving the kids 20% rate of success. They are focusing more on that 80%, which is giving 20% success. But we are focusing on the 20% that is giving 80% success. If you look at this chart, you can see this box. You have heard of the slogan, think outside the box. Critical thinking leads to thinking outside the box. If you look at this box, if I try to draw this red triangle inside this box, you can see that there is an arrow that is coming from here. Then I draw the rectangle like this. With this only cycle, I can pull out all the whole cycles from this box because all of them are interlinked with this singular cycle. But if I grade them, we have 1 inside, 2 outside, 3 outside, 4 outside. If I give them 20, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, everything is giving 100%. If you check the box, you will see that 3 of the cycles, this, and this, they are outside the box. It's only 1 cycle we have inside the box. What is this thing telling you? That if you fail to think outside the box, you will be like only this cycle inside the comfort zone. What it means, you have 25% of surviving in life. But if you think outside the box, you have altogether 75%. 25 plus 25 plus 25, 75%. You means that you have 75% chances of surviving in life. So, for you to be an impactful person, for you to break status quo, for you to sow out to the world unknown, for you to create impact in this life, you must engage yourself in critical thinking. And that will lead to thinking outside the box. And you will have 75% chances of surviving in life. And 75% in our school is A, excellent. Let us try to educate our children, our kids, to give them especially the 20% impactful percentage they need to survive and achieve 80% success in life. Let us look at some kids who made a lot of impact during their early life. Let me pick this Emanuela Samuel from Nigeria. I learned recently that she is from Nigeria and she's a comedian. She developed passion for comedy at early enough. She drive that passion into become a comedian. In 2020, just last year here, at the age of 10, she made millions of naira and she ended up building a house for her mother. Let me ask the question. How many graduates, how many early medical doctors, how many early young engineers, how many early lawyers can build a house for their parents at that age, even after graduation? She turned her passion into a career. Those are the topics we are teaching in these our books, in this our school. Career development, how to discover your passion and how to turn that passion into career, how to discover your talent, how to turn that talent into a career. The talent of a man is what makes way for him, not the academic grade I said earlier. Let's look at this other guys. He is Mikaela Omer. At the age of 4, Mikaela was stung by a bee. Because he was stung by a bee, she was stung, she's a lady, she was stung by a bee. She saw a business opportunity from it. She then became fascinated in honeybees. And after making on a research assignment in school, she found out that their population is dying. Determined to make a difference as a young kid, Mikaela set out to create a business to save the honeybee population. Mikaela then took her great mother Flacid Lemona, added local honeybee, and donated the profit to an effort to save the dying population. What happened? Mikaela received $16,000 on Shark Tank to grow a business called Mill and the Bean. And Mikaela ended up being a millionaire in dollars just at the age of 4. Let's look at this Farah Gray. What happened? He grew up in poverty in Chicago. At 6, he started selling hand-painted rock used as book hair. If you are doing that now, children will be laughing at you. He went on to sell handmade body lotion and graduated to selling prepaid phone cards. At 14 years, he launched a company called Far Out Foods to sell a strawberry vanilla syrup. This product was so successful that Farah became a millionaire in dollar at the age of 14. Today, he is not simply a millionaire, but a man on a mission to help other children work their way out of poverty, just at the age of 14. While others are saying it is never too late to start, but we are persisting that it is never too early to start. Let's look at Mosiah. Mosiah is from United States of America. At 9, he entered into the cloth business. With the help of his grandmother, he said bow tie. He now formed a company called Mobose. He sells Mobose ties on Facebook, Etsy website, and other social media. Today, he is a billionaire in dollars. In all these stories, why do we try to form up this innovative academy? Why do we want to set up an online business school for our kids? Our mission is to mentor and raise up kids and teens who will be early innovators and entrepreneurs in life. We try to move it into online so that it will be boundless. Distance will not be a barrier. You can follow us anywhere you are in the world. There is no more barrier to learning. That is our major mission. What is our vision? What are we looking at? We are trying to be the biggest and the best kids online business and entrepreneurship school in Africa by year 2020. We want to see how we can raise a young generation of entrepreneurs and innovators who can create impact as from by the year 2030. And by then, we'll be seeing a lot of kids into business, creating impact, making money early enough, and that can drive Africa away out of poverty. What is our core value? Our core value is rooted in the word called clever. A lot of people don't actually know the full meaning of clever. Clever is not that kid who is very good in mathematics. To be clever is not that kid who can speak English very well. To be clever is not that science student who can solve everything or make A or A1 in all his secondary school grades. That is not what we call clever. Clever is a kid. To a kid who is clever is that kid who can integrate all this, who can integrate all this acronym that make up the word clever. C means creative innovation. L means leadership. E means entrepreneurship. V means visionary. E means excellency. R means resiliency. If your kid is creative, if your kid is innovative, if your kid has a leadership trait, if your kid is very enterprising, is business minded, is business oriented, if your kid has a vision as a visionary, if your kid is very excellent in anything he's doing, if has patience and resiliency, he will be able to soar into the world unknown. He will be able, or he or she will be able to create heavy impact in this world we are today. So the word clever is derived from these acronyms. What age group are we targeting? In this our program, we have two age groups. The first one is group A, which is what we call the kidpreneurs, is between 6 to 12 years old. We have group B, which we call the teenpreneurs, which is between 13 to 17 years. Those These are the two groups we have, and we have books for each of these groups. How can you register for this program? We started this program since August last year, and it has been moving fine. But we discovered some challenges when school resumed. So what we did, we make everything online so that kids can access to the program anytime and from anywhere. And because of that, we have created four options to register for this program according to the level you are, according to your financial capability, according to the time frame you have, and even the how you'll be able to have time actually for this program. Option one, what you have here is you have access to the books. We have the Kidpreneur book, we have the Teenpreneur book. Just buy only the book, As a parent, you can guide your children, check them how they can use the book, and from there they can learn a lot of things. That is just ordinary $5, which is 2,500 naira equivalent. This one you can register at any time. Option two, you have access to the books, you have access to the workbook. The workbook is an extraordinary book added to the main book where you can show some skill activities, some exercise, and some real life activities you can report on that book. With that, it's $10 and it's 5,000 naira. You can register for that at any time. And when you buy the book and the workbook, we are through with you, and your parents or your guardians or your teacher can use the book and the workbook to teach your kids for you. Option three, you have access to the books, you have access to the workbook, you have access to the recorded video. Everything in the book is recorded as form of training. The way I'm delivering this training, everything is recorded in a video. And you also submit assignments. For Group A, which is the keypreneurs, they have 45 assignments to be submitted within a year. And for the teen entrepreneurs, which is Group B, they have 55 assignments to be submitted in a year. At the end of that year, you will get certificate of participation. That costs $14.20 naira. You can also register at any time. The most advanced of all is the option 4. Here, you have access to the books, to the workbook, to the recorded video. You have access to 150 business ideas for kids. You also meet instructors once in a month, like the way I'm teaching now. You meet that instructor once in a month. You attend business boot camp that will be online with some international keys. You have access to business funding. For example, if your child can present a good business pitch to us, we can help that kid to flag it off to some NGO, to some business funding organization like Tony Elumelu Foundation, Bank of Industry, and we assist the kids to raise some money to start up the business. Then they will also submit assignment. For the Group A, they have 45 assignments to submit. For Group B, they have 55 assignments to submit within a year, and we will communicate to them how they will be submitting this assignment to us. They will end up writing an online exam, and at the end of the day, they will get a certificate of completion, not certificate of participation. Option 3 will get certificate of participation, but option 4 will get certificate of completion because they will write exams, and at the end they will get a certificate called Kids or Teens MBA, and that is $18 equivalent to 40,000 naira. You can only register for this quarterly every 3 months. The registration is still ongoing. You can join now. We have leverage for trying to register more than one kid. As a parent, if you have two kids that falls within the same group, for example, you have 7 years old kid and you have 9 years old kid, both of them fall into Group A. What you do, you pay for the one and pay half the price for the second kid. But if you have three kids also with the same group, for example, you have 6 years old kid, you have 8 years old kid, and you have 10 years old kid, what you do, you pay for only two, then the other person will be free for you. How do we carry out the learning? We use Zoom platform, like what the platform I'm using to deliver this lecture. We use WhatsApp. We also use Telegram. So for option 4, the advanced option, you will be into these 3 groups. We'll be meeting with instructor on Zoom. You will be meeting with instructors on WhatsApp. You will be meeting with instructor on Telegram. Then for option 3, you will only meet up with instructor on WhatsApp and on Telegram. Then option A and option 1 and option 2, you are not meeting any instructors and you are not into any of this platform. This is the curriculum for Group A, 6 to 12 years old kid. This is the curriculum for Group B, 13 to 17 years old. And this will be written on your certificate, Certified Kid MBA, for those who will register for option 4, the advanced stage, for those who will also write exam. For more information about this program, you can visit this website and you get a lot of information there. You can also reach out to the program coordinator with this number. This is the sample of the book for the kidpreneurs age 6 to 12 Kid MBA. This is the sample of the book for Group B, which is the teenpreneurs age 13 to 70. At the end, we have a certificate called Team MBA. This session is question and answers, and I will also show you the video we have during the first flag off, where we have a lot of students, a lot of kids, a lot of parents asking a lot of questions, and you will hear how we respond to them. So at this point, I will try to advise parents to build a future career for their children. We are not saying they should not be trained as a medical doctor. We are not saying they should not be trained as engineers. We are not saying they should not be trained as lawyers. But what we are canvassing is that if they want to become a medical doctor, let them become an enterprising medical doctor. If they want to become an engineer, let them become an enterprising engineer. If they want to become an accountant, let them become an enterprising accountant. So they should not just focus on only the certificate. The certificate in this digital world cannot help an average kid. If you still graduate from the university at this point and you pick up your certificate, you are moving from house to house to be looking for a job, that is the day you have failed as a student. Or you made the first class from the university. You now pick the first class certificate and you are begging an employer to employ you with that first class. That is the day you have failed as a first class student. So let's see how we can train up our children. Let's see how we can nurture up our children so that when we are old as parents, they will not become another heavy parasite on us. That can create a flexible life for us, the parents, and we can live a less free life and we can live long. At this point, I will advise the parents to contact us to try to subscribe their kids into this program, and I'm very sure they will not regret doing that. Even we already have a lot of students who enroll with us, even from different countries, from Ghana, from Cameroon, from other foreign countries. The program is not limited to only Nigeria, and the children will also have an avenue to interlink up with foreign children. And before they get to the age of 18, when they try to enter university also, they will be a superstar in the business world. Thank you very much for listening. So I'd like to see you soon, contacting us to register your children for this program. Thank you very much.